Hey, I can build more ships.
Alright, we're gonna specialize in civilian industry. And we can afford... Oh, no, we can't. I'm still trying to get that land warfare facility going.
Nice.
Oh, we can get
We've
radar now,
got
though, which we will.
we've got two battle cruisers being built. Fingers crossed that.
Oh, boy. Do they have a name? The Kronstadt and the Sevastopol? Dandy.
Hold on. Uh, Let me rename one of those real fast.
Oh, no.
Nothing bad will come of this. Oh, why can't I rename it?
You can. You just click on the name, and then you can type it in at the top.
Yeah, no, um, hang on. Let me try changing it. It won't let me change the name.
Which one do you want to rename?
Oh, I was gonna rename the Sevastopol to Moskova.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
No, no, don't do that.
Oh, never mind. I can't. Well, huh.
I don't know why,
That's a weird one.
but that was my intention.
Names will exceed the number of ships in the production queue. That's an odd. Oh well. You win some, you lose some, I guess.
I've never seen that before. It used to be that you could just rename the ship and it wouldn't be a problem.
It doesn't bother me too much. Looks like the Japanese are going to activate Kalkin Goal here in a little bit. But all you have to do to win Kalkin Goal, literally, is just have troops over there. Because they're attacking
Yeah,
over a river, and they always bring infantry and not tanks. So it's fine. It doesn't matter.
didn't they absolutely get obliterated in the
Oh,
real life battle?
not even close. Yeah, the Zhukov was over there. He used deep battle against the Japanese. The I-16s destroyed the Type 27 planes they had. It was a massacre for the Japanese. That's why they never. It's one of the big reasons why they didn't follow up attacking the Soviet Union, and when the Germans had attacked them in Barbarossa.
Okay. And then now they do attack us, don't they? Like in the game.
Yeah, but long after Barbarossa, usually around 1943. So nothing too crazy, you know. As far as focuses go, we're getting ready to annex the Balkans. For all those curious, Baltics. We're gonna puppet the Balkans. A little different.
I was gonna say, like, I I try and puppet these guys in my playthroughs, but that usually doesn't end well for me, I found.
I think it's fun. It's more fun to puppet people usually. So like when we're gonna win Finland, by the way, I just want to point that out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We're gonna make them a puppet, but then the trick is you just don't invite them to the war, so you don't have to worry about the Germans attacking through Norway, which I find pretty funny, honestly. But you know,
Yeah, no, that's pretty funny. Um, well, then if you do call them in late, even later, they're fucking strong, aren't they?
they could be, but I never do, so I don't know.
Oh,
Uh,
come on.
I much prefer fighting my own wars in Hearts of Iron. Nothing makes me more upset than when there's like 20 allied nations taking all of the supply on the front line. And I'm just sitting there
Oh,
like, well, where can I put my troops? Nowhere? Awesome.
you got to play Austria-Hungary from with the new update. God, you'd love it so much.
From Austria or Hungary's perspective.
Austria.
Because I got all the achievements for him. Like, I cored Germany and all that. And I ICBM nuked, like, the world. Alright,
God, I still haven't figured that out.
we
How
defeated the
to get
Japanese.
ICBM.
Alright, I'm gonna move these, no, actually, it's probably in our best interest to keep this army on, the Manchurian border. In fact, I'm gonna train another army just to keep... I think 48 divisions will be enough, just to preempt the
So,
Japanese.
sounds like a plan. Well, then we can have some paratroopers on standby or something.
Yeah, so we need to train
Like,
30 more then. And then the paratroopers, no, that's for offensive operations.
Okay. And
Yeah,
I've got
definitely.
and
Right now
got
we have a
Marines.
touch too many Mountaineers. What do you think about deleting 7 of your 13? Or do you want to defend with them and keep as many as possible?
I will change them around to some other stuff. Oh,
Oh, I already put them up to 25 with, if you're talking about like the division design.
oh no, no, no. Like I'll change some of them to paratroopers
Oh, okay. And then
to
I
get down
also
on.
updated the paratrooper division template. It should be pretty good now.
Okay. I can't. What? It says would exceed our special forces cap.
Yeah, we're at 143 out of 102, so we're well over it.
Oh, oh, okay. So it's gonna take us a minute to like.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're
Uh,
starting to see the problem here.
yeah. Ah, it won't take us that long to get over it, will it?
Well, considering we're going to build a third... Well, we're building currently 78 divisions right now? Maybe? I don't know. Let me deploy them. Ooh, love that sound.
Oh wait, you can.
Yeah, I can hear a little bit of your ambient audio.
Oh, I need to get a new setup.
Well, no, I'm
I
with you
forget
on
every.
that one. I usually get a comment like every couple days, someone like talking about how bad my computer is.
You know, it costs money.
Yeah, that is true, and it is on my list of things to do, is getting an upgraded computer, so it's not like I'm not thinking about it. For those of you
Do you
who are
still have?
curious.
Do you still have the same one that you had a few years ago?
Yep.
Oh yeah, same here.
Uh-huh.
Um, oh man. I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff out there. I've been looking at a couple different laptops, which I know that there are people who are going to hate on me for laptops, but you know what? It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
uh, I I've had a laptop for what like the last 10 years, and it's done good by me for having moved around and having lived a like semi-mobile life.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but honestly, if you could like, do you have specs that you're looking for?
I mean, just being able to run War Thunder at like 1080p, 60 FPS at the settings I like really is basically the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
And then I wouldn't
I
mind
mean,
being able to play Ninja Gaiden 4 this year, but I'm not the most excited about it because some of the changes they're making look pretty bad.
I have no idea what game that is.
Well, Ninja Gaiden is a series that originally came out on the NES with 3 of them, so like really early Nintendo stuff in the 80s. And then it was remade for the original Xbox. They did Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden Black. And then on the 360, they did Ninja Gaiden 2 and 3. Ninja Gaiden Black and Ninja Gaiden 2 I'm extremely fond of. By the way, now would be a really good time for us to get the 1939 industry text.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. That's my next research. God, we went. I forgot we went dispensed or dispersed industry.
Yes, we did indeed do that. You know, it's something. Tankman really likes it, and maybe it'll help. Maybe, I don't know. I always like concentrated though.
God, I just ah.
Sounds like you're pretty much on the same speed as me. I just kind
Yeah,
of get the ick whenever I think about it.
yeah. I'm looking at it and I'm like, no, that's not what it's supposed to look like. Not supposed to be like that. Ooh, I didn't see I've got more dockyards.
Okay, so I got another question for this episode.
All right.
I'm curious, who is your favorite World War II general?
Oh God, that's a tough one because I've had to ask myself this like as just a matter of like personal values recently. Because like, do I like Patton? Because like as far as like what I know of him, as far as like battlefield accomplishments, that would be my first. But as far as like his treatment of soldiers who had PTSD and all those other kind of things, as well as just being a racist asshole, um, like I just don't know. Um, I know not I don't like Montgomery.
That's a common opinion.
Um, oh, there was a uh, yeah, I don't know. So I'm gonna have to say Patton just because he's one of the only ones I can think of. Um, MacArthur, I think, commanded some of my family members in battle. If that's who I'm thinking of. Who
Pacific
was it that
Front,
did?
also Korean
Yeah.
War, also gassed U.S. citizens in after World War
Oh
One.
yeah. Oh yeah. All the fun stuff.
Actually, I
Um,
hate MacArthur so much more than I do Patton. It's kind of funny.
I'm glad that we both agree that they're neither of them are good people.
Yeah, like the Incheon naval landing was pretty good, but other than that, I don't really. And I hear he did all right on New Guinea, but like I don't know. It's just I'm not convinced.
Well, and I don't know if it was more the troops on the ground that I mean, it was the troops on the ground that ultimately made the sacrifices and did what they needed. Um, and then also the thing that makes me personally just really hate McCarthy is the Red Scare and everything that came after.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but let's see what else. I don't know that many generals. I think Rommel was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know as much about his personal life. I wish I knew more about the like minor powers and whatnot, like India. I wish I knew more about their generals or like the Anzac forces.
As
Or
as far as India is concerned, there's I was talking with you the other day about it. In their tree, there's a really cool focus, and that's basically all about a certain general, the Chindits and Ord Wingate, like really famous. But I mean, he's not Indian, of course, but he led a bunch of Indian soldiers behind the lines in Burma, and they were incredibly effective.
okay, the I'd love to know more about like people like the Finns or like resistance commanders
Hmm.
or like people who like the normal people who resisted the Nazis in France or during the Warsaw Uprising. Like, I'd
Bro,
love
I
to know
can't
more about
recommend
those.
that World War II channel enough then, because they have two series. The one of them is a week by week for like the war stuff, and then another one is a week by week for like the war against humanity, where they detail like the war crimes that went on throughout and the resistance efforts,
Okay.
and that gives you a really good picture. And they do a fantastic job. You're talking about Finland, dude, Mannerheim, and all that. They go through that very thoroughly. Okay, so the
Okay.
plan is we want to attack Finland by, I think our date is November. So if we start this right now with secure Leningrad, that's going to take 70 days. So September and October, yeah, we'll be right in November perfectly. So let's get ready for it. Do you want to control the tanks or the infantry for the Finland operation?
Uh, fuck, that's tough. I was going to send in my Mountaineers and just start with them to begin with. Um, what do you normally do? Because I normally just send in
Well, you
a
might
huge, like,
notice
I don't even.
the 6 tanks already chilling. I go for just a crazy rush through the victory points with the tanks, and then while they're doing that, I have typically 2 armies on the border of East Finland who just are constantly applying pressure across the whole front,
Okay.
and that works pretty much every time with very little difficulties.
Um,
So why don't we just do that, except add your Mountaineers to the front line
yeah,
on the Karelian front, and that should do it.
that works with me.
All
Because
right.
normally what I do is I normally don't even bother. I don't puppet them and whatnot. And they basically at the same time Germany declares war on me, they declare their second continuation war.
Mm-hmm.
And I have all of my forces up there and basically just ready to be like, no, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm. You see, I don't even let them get that far. I just take them out and in this first conflict here, so they don't present another front for me to deal with.
I mean, honestly, it's probably a better situation to do that with. Like, do it that way. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Than to go with mine, where you just kind of wait for them to be like, "Ha!" But when they can't really like resist a whole army of motorized and
No.
tanks
No,
going
they
through
cannot.
Leningrad.
By the way, don't worry about attrition on these troops. It's just a fact of life. So
Hmm.
it's just going to be something we're dealing with. And then let's set up our air force as well. So the fighters and the bombers can both go to Leningrad. As far as answering my own question is concerned, I recently said in a short the other day that General Yamashita was my favorite, the one who conducted the Malay campaign, where 30,000 Japanese defeated the 150,000 British troops in Singapore, which is incredible
Ooh.
as far as like campaign achievements go. So I'll give a different answer now, just because there's more than one good general in World War II, and like it's really hard to say who the best is. So I think for today, I'll go ahead and say that I'm a big fan of Omar Bradley. I think he did a pretty good job. He was really good in North Africa in the Tunisia fight against the Germans, and they were fighting Rommel and Arnhem there, and they made excellent pushes. He butted heads with Patton a lot, and I'm not the biggest fan of Patton. So, like, as far as personality is concerned, yeah, he took more terrain than any other Allied general in the West, but anyone who treats their troops like shit is not that good of a general, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
I. That's that. That. Yeah. Yeah.
the biggest fault of Bradley is his failure to close the Falaise pocket. Some people take a lot of issue with that. He claims he was given contrary orders, but it's quite muddled whether or not that actually happened. And because of that, the Germans were able to get out a bunch of their soldiers, but not really any of their heavy equipment from the Normandy pocket created after the invasions over here. So it's hard to say. Like, you can blame him on that if you want, but I don't know if it's entirely correct too.
That makes sense. There's a lot more of like. I guess I don't know what the decision making was, but I respect the not wanting to risk the lives of his troops.
Yeah, or even worse, like manage to get their own troops encircled somehow, something like that. You never know.
Yeah, I guess we didn't have the well. What I wonder if he knew if Enigma was cracked.
Oh, they didn't tell the generals, like, pretty much at all during the war. So they were just like, and they didn't rely on the information all the time either. So you didn't have the best idea of what was going to happen. Although even with Enigma cracked, there was there's an admiral who famously let a bunch of convoys get sunk for effectively no reason in the Arctic convoy campaign, because they knew the Luftwaffe would be there, and they didn't use that information at all, pretty much.
Yeah, and because they wanted to. Well, at least the reason given was that they wanted to lead the Germans astray as to whether or not they actually did or didn't
Hmm.
have access to the German naval code.
Okay, just naming some of the armies here. Let's see, I think this is the 11th? Yeah. The reason I name armies is pretty much entirely for fluff purposes. Just it's fun to know, like, oh, they managed to pull this off, good on them. And if they do good enough, sometimes I'll turn them into a guards army.
Okay.
Could you do me a favor? I know it's your research slot, but could you get the 1939 tech for heavy machine guns for planes?
Yes, I can do that.
Because it would be really helpful for... They still haven't changed it. The best airplane is effectively still like a best engine light interceptor with 12 heavy machine guns, so 12 50 cals. And there is not a single plane in World War II that has 12 50 cals, as far as I'm aware. Especially not on one with one engine that's a light fighter. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, there you go. I was gonna say, especially not one with a single.
Like, the P-47 had 8, and that is considered like a laser beam because it puts out so much fucking tracers.
God, I would love to see that.
Alright, let's go ahead and pause, and then do the initial microing for the Finland invasion. Oh, wait, hold on. We don't need to do that quite yet. We need to wait for... Oh, you might as well activate the Navy as well for this.
Oh shit, that's right.
Because the Finns do have a Navy, so I put us down to 3 speed for you.
I'm just gonna pause just a second. I want to assign...
Oh, by all means, by all means.
Do you think I should do... I'll do convoy rating.
Convoy rating is good. With the battleships, do... what is it called?
Strike Force.
Naval invasion support.
Oh, you're doing a naval invasion?
No. It'll do shore batteries. So, like, they'll assist our tanks.
Okay.
Very much worth it.
Oh, that's... And then... Okay, where is this guy? Convoy rating.
Yeah. Prevent them from getting any supplies. Okay. That's one of the hard parts about playing Finland, actually, is once the Soviets invade you, you effectively only have Sweden and Norway, really, to get supplies through. And we'll just wait for them to reject the ultimatum, and then we can start the conflict.
Righty.
Where are you at with the Winter War? Are you fond of it? Do you like the history behind that?
I don't really... Oh, like the actual history. I don't know that much about it, if I'm honest.
Oh, it's... The more you know, the better. It's really, really cool stuff. Basically a real David versus Goliath thing. Like, the Soviets ended up taking, like, somewhere like 150, 180,000 casualties, and the Finns took, like, 30.
Damn.
So they were not messing about. Alright, and we've won. A little preemptive there. Let's deploy the Air Force. And then I'll give my troops here on the right, our army boys, some orders. Should have probably made the plan beforehand, but it really doesn't matter. It's not like I'm asking my infantry to win the war. It's the tanks that are going to win. And speaking of, Konstantin Rakovsky is literally almost exactly at the point where he could be level 5, which would be quite good for us.
That would be pretty cool.
Especially before the Germans even attack, it'll be handy to have that. And then I recommend giving all of your different tanks different places for them to occupy right away, just to keep things going. Alright, and then there's the micro ready to go. Let's watch it unfold, shall we? Now, we haven't made a tank in quite some time, and we aren't making tanks. So we have 372 in stockpile, so it'll be fine, I'm pretty sure. Like, I think the Finns will fold long before that. The biggest difference between real-life Finland and in-game Finland is they basically never defend Karelia with all of their might like they did in real life. Like, they put a lot into defending the Karelian Isthmus from the Russians, and that's where most of the casualties happened, because they had the Mannerheim line there, which is kind of like a Maginot line, but actually working.
It was not like a lot of huge, heavy fortifications, was it? It was a lot of like lighter.
mostly dug into natural fortifications, and like there's not too much steel going on. So like you don't see any of the huge bunkers like you would in with the French fortifications.
Okay.
Alright, looks like we're advancing pretty much just fine. And what's really nice is if you beat the Finnish this early and make them your puppet, they'll give you minus 5% consumer goods for like a couple years.
Dude, that's awesome.
And we've already captured the capital. They just don't have enough manpower to defend themselves, really. That's why when I play Finland in my playthroughs, almost always I'm playing with the mass assault doctrine, and then I go right side so I can get the extra recruitable population.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that way you actually have enough soldiers to guard your borders.
Yeah, I've played Finland a few times, and I have always kind of felt like, how the fuck do you actually win?
Well, we pretty much already won, I'll put it that way. Like, I know I preemptively said it at the very beginning of the war, but it doesn't make it any less true, essentially. And I like that as the Soviet Union, you get these small wars to participate in before the Great Patriotic War as well. Like, it's really cool that we get to help Spain defeat the fascists, and then we get to take Finland over. It gives us some experience for fighting. Obviously, it's not going to be at all on the same scale as what we're used to. Oh, hey, would you look at that? The Baltics are ours.
Hey, there we go.
And all their equipment as well. How handy. Now, rubber is something that, if the Japanese do well enough, can be taken away from you, so it's not exactly a bad idea to invest in synthetic rubber. So when my next research is up, I think I'm going to go ahead and put some chungus into it. And no, Finland, we're not going to take your concessions. We need all of Finland, okay? Alright, looks like it's pretty much ogre for the finish. Usually when you take Ulu is when it goes by.
When then my mountaineers are moving in to seize basically any other victory point.
Yeah, I'll let you finish off the war. The tanks have already done their damage. Speaking of, did Rakovatsky get that 5th level? He sure did. Oh, but they gave the points to defense and planning? Oof. That's trash. For as far as tank commanders go, you definitely want your skills to go for attack and supply more than anything else.
I would agree with that.
I mean, defending is good, because when you make an encirclement, your tanks usually have to sit there for a minute. They can't just go sicko mode the whole time. And especially if you are waiting for the rail lines to like convert over to the right gauge. Alright, looks like we can hire that land designer finally. The reason you want the land designer more than anything is just so you can get flamethrower tanks. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to do a couple things. We're going to steal the Finnish Navy. Real simple. We're going to... I mean, do you want to take Karelia? I don't think we should, honestly. Let's not.
Yeah.
And then let's just puppet the whole of Finland. Hooray! Now it's a lovely color, shade of like salmon. And if you look at our national focuses, we already have finished goods. Minus 10% supply or consumer goods factory or factories factor, and plus 5% supply efficiency for 2 years.
Not bad.
Yeah, pretty handy, honestly. Add down to the purple line. It probably wouldn't hurt for us to build another 120 divisions, so I guess I'll get on that.
Alrighty.